All right, Cancer. So this is really about your own personal authenticity and integrity right now more than anything. So from Late Vampire, you pulled Rebellion, Upstart, Tumult, and Revolution, but then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Miracle, which is perfect. Rebellion, to me, first of all, I love. I love when people go against conformity, but to me, it is like looking at the Hierophant in reverse, which means that, for some time you may have been going with what is considered normal or traditional. But with this showing up now, something has happened where you no longer want to do what other people expect of you, right? It's not a bad thing. But again, with Miracle, it's about integrity. But Rebellion is really about being true to who you are, being who you truly are now, following your own soul's true path. But with Miracle, the other thing though is this one does talk about being a light and lighting the way for others. So if you start going against the norm here, it's going to light the way for other people. You will affect others by rebelling, but it's a good thing, right? Because it does say that miracles are coming. All right, Cancer. Here's your overall for the week. The Nine of Cups, you and Gemini. So it's about your happiness right now, what you really want. And, I'll say the same thing. When it comes to the Nine of Cups, right, absolutely it could be about you having your wishes fulfilled and feeling abundant, being happy emotionally, getting what you want. But that is your responsibility to create your own happiness here. But we'll see. Oof. All right. So in the past, the Three of Swords, and, thank God that that's the past, right? So in the past, heartbreak, betrayal, separation, all of those difficult things. With the Nine of Cups, though, it could be one of those situations where you had to go through this in order to get to what you truly wanted, But it is about going after what you want, I feel like, especially with the Oracle cards here. But definitely you've already been through some suffering. Now, in the present, the Page of Wands. And that's not bad. So hearing some good news, right? Now, definitely with the Three of Swords, if we're talking about health or surgery here, things are going well, And with the Nine of Cups, being happy with the results, absolutely. But with the Page of Wands being in the present moment, you're talking about good news, exciting news, you getting ready to take a new path here. There's excitement and passion and enthusiasm, which is great. But it is a communicator here. So with the Page of Wands, it really is like music to your ears, right? These are the things that you want to hear. So this may be a good thing, especially with the Nine of Cups being there. Very nice. Very, very nice. So in future conditions, the world. So whatever difficulties you faced in the past with that Three of Swords, you definitely have some good news coming through, and I'm waiting to see what's happening here. But with the world being in future conditions, you're talking about closure, right? That completion and being happy with the way that things are ending, which is good for you because it ultimately opens up the door to have what you want. So not bad. I mean, with the Three of Swords kicking it off and looking at the world, that's perfect. Oh, your best path to follow. Not bad, Cancer. Wow. The Ace of Wands. And with the Nine of Cups, there you go. Right? And with the Page of Wands being there, that's even better. So, this really is about a new passionate beginning for you. But it opens up through, some really good news coming through, which is perfect. You get closure on a situation here and you get to live like a new life. With the world being there, yes. And with the Ace of Wands, we could be talking about a relationship, a new job, following your own creative ideas here, right? But it's passion and being happy and having what you want. In that Ace of Wands, yes. In your environment, the Hangman, you've been waiting on this. You've been waiting on this news to come through. Wow. So with the Hangman being in your environment, definitely with the Three of Swords kicking this off and looking at it coming down this way, this may have been like, a really difficult situation that you've been with for a while. And I look at this and think you couldn't just, move on from this. You were stuck with it, It's not like the Eight of Swords, but I kind of feel that way with the Hangman. But, it's different because it's not preventing you from moving forward. It's like once the good news comes through here, things complete out and you have that new beginning being handed to you, right? And it's what you want. This is what you want. You want a difficult situation to be over with. And you've been waiting for this. And I do think, though, that with the Hangman, there's definitely a part of this that feels like, when you're talking about seeing things from a different perspective here, like you've been waiting to see if things were going to change. But I don't think that it does with the Three of Swords. But I'm not looking at this as a hope and fear, though. So I think that either way, you're okay. Like, you're okay. You get the good news that you want here that is going to close out the situation that you've been waiting around for, a while here to be finished. And I think that that's what's going to make it easier for you, though, to move on to this Ace of Wands, even though at one point you may have hoped that this would have been different, Your hopes and your fears, the Five of Cups, the hope there would be to get over, the emotional hurt. Definitely with the Three of Swords, right? Now, I see this and I look at the Nine of Cups and think, this is what you wanted, right? This is on some level what you wanted. To have this situation, be completed in a good way and have it over with. But there's still a part of you emotionally here that may be hurt over the fact that it happened in the first place. Because I still see you trying to, see that different perspective on it. Maybe it wasn't what it is. Maybe something will change, and it clearly here it doesn't with the world, but it's still a good thing for you because, like I said, it ultimately leads to what you want anyway. You may have been wanting this to be over. You may have been wanting, this to be different with the Hangman being here, but really what you're wanting is, this here, this new beginning. But something definitely has to be over with first, right? But I look at this and I feel, the emotional, pain from having been put through the situation here. The fear would be that you can't get past, the sadness that's involved there. But I think that the hope is that, you stop focusing on what's been lost, right? Because the Two Cups, there's still the Two Cups there. But this is good for you, right? But I almost feel like the news that comes through is like what you wanted, but what you didn't want, But it's what you need, though, is what I feel like saying more than anything. And then coming out the Magician, perfect. That's perfect. And this is really about you getting to a place now where you get to create this new beginning, right? You have what you need to make this new start the most that you can make it. And then, there definitely is something new that's coming through here, and it's a good thing that this is completed out. So, first of all, with the Seven of Swords, with the Three of Swords, absolutely, it makes sense. To me, this is like being heartbroken over the fact that, you have been deceived, you were taken advantage of, right? It's not the Five of Swords, but definitely somebody was doing something that they shouldn't have been. And with the Magician, absolutely, it can suggest manipulation, but this is past, right? This is what's past now. You're looking at closure on this situation. With the Knight of Swords, right? This may be good news coming through, but this is somebody telling you directly that, here is, the information that you need to close this out, which is good because that means you get to start on this, but, it may be a little bit harsh to accept, right? But it's a truth that's being spoken directly to you, which is great. But then you have the Knight of Cups coming out. And I feel good about this for two reasons. One, with the Ace of Wands being there, definitely can suggest that something is coming through someone, somebody offering you something here. It could be love, passion, new job, whatever it is. It looks good. But then also in terms of you, it looks like you get a chance now to kind of follow your heart, right? I don't see it as a bad thing. I think that what you've been through before is where all the difficulty lies. I think that there is a part of you hoping that it would be different, that it was like, no, that wasn't really what it was, right? Like trying to see the different perspective, but that is the truth. That is the truth of the situation, but it opens the door now for you to get closure on this and move on to a new beginning. It's not bad. I just think that what you've been through and the way that it completes is good for you, but there's still some emotional pain surrounding it, which makes sense, right? And that kind of goes back to, what I was feeling in the first place in regards to this. Now, initiative, needing to take the initiative here when it comes to the new beginning that may be being offered to you here, because it will create abundance. But if you stay stuck with the hurt and the pain, you're not even going to see it. You're not even going to notice it, right? You can't stay stuck. You can't stay stuck with this. You're going to have to make something happen here with the Magician. You need to make this happen, right? Taking the initiative. But, I can understand though, right? Dealing with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords alone with the Five of Cups, that's enough for anybody to be like, yeah, I'm going to be with this for a minute. It's going to take a little bit. But I think that this is a warning for you to not do that to yourself, right? Take the initiative and create that abundance. Don't stay stuck with this, right? Because you have that closure. You have that ending happening. And then new love. I'm telling you, embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. Perfect, right? So basically it's saying don't push down those hurt feelings. Definitely you're going to have to go through those motions. But once it's done and over with, you need to be open to the new love that is there in your life. It's not bad, Cancer. I just think that what you've been through is difficult. But it's definitely coming to an end with the world in a good way for you. You may not see it that way. But, the important thing coming out here is that you have to take the initiative here to make something happen with this Ace of Wands. Be open. Be open to following your heart, to new offers coming through, right? And create that abundance for yourself. And don't stay stuck with, the hurt emotions too long. All right, Cancer. So, the saying, be careful what you wish for. Right? But I do think that some of you have wanted this situation to come to a close, but then I also feel like some of you didn't. Like you did, but you didn't want this to happen. Now, with the Ace of Wands being there, though, once the situation is completed, you get to have what you've always wanted in the first place. It may not be from where you want it, though. I kind of get that too, because this is like being handed to you. It's like the universe saying you deserve this after being through such a major closure in your life, right? Now, I do think that you've been waiting on communication to come through that is going to help the situation close, complete in a successful way for you. It's like, it's a good thing for you, but I think that some of you may be having a hard time seeing it that way because your emotions here are still really difficult surrounding, the heartbreaking situation. And for some of you, definitely, it's about a separation that's finally coming to a close here. Now, I look at the Magician and I think that if you're being handed this Ace of Wands, you need to make something happen with this. Right? Aces are great, but they don't mean shit unless you're willing to do something about it. With the Magician being there, it's all about you right now. It's you making this happen. You manifesting the new beginning for yourself, right? The new passionate beginning here. Now, as far as the clarifiers, I do think, the Seven of Swords makes sense to me in connection to the Three of Swords. Dealing with a situation where somebody may have taken something from you, feeling like you have been deceived, somebody has gotten away with something, but that situation is coming to a close for sure. With the Knight of Swords and looking at the Page of Wands, I feel like this is the good news that you need to close out this situation, but it is a harsh truth that needs to be accepted, right? Because it is being directly delivered to you. But then I also feel like as far as an action, it's time for you to find that courage and conviction. It's not strength. It's not that you're needing to persevere through something, but it's you needing to, go now. Like, boom, I'm gone. And with the Knight of Cups, I feel good about it. I feel like this pertains to you and you being able to follow your heart now. Being open to receiving a new beginning that is being handed to you here, whether this is coming from the universe or a person here wanting to, give you love. Whatever the offer is, you need to have, the courage and conviction to go ahead and act on this. Because I still go back to initiative and the Magician and think you need to make this happen. You need to make the most of this. You have what you need to make the most of a new beginning. Now, with Rebellion and Miracle, I feel like this is happening after the fact. I feel like you're no longer going to be in situations where you feel like you need to conform. You're not going to do that anymore because it led you to heartbreak, right? But with Miracle, it's because of the coming miracle out of all of this. But you're also being a light or like a beacon to others by the way that you are acting now, going against that conformity, right? Going against what is considered the norm. I love it when rebellion shows up, but I feel like this is what's going to happen after this. Don't conform to situations that don't feel good to you. Now, again, taking the initiative here to create abundance and stop being stuck with the emotional garbage or emotional pain that is surrounding it. It's understandable because I don't think you wanted it, but you do need to have this situation done with, right? In order for there to be more abundance in your life, in order for you to create and take that initiative here to make that abundance happen for you. You can't stay stuck with this situation. Now, with embrace your emotions and then new love and going back to the Five of Cups, yeah, you need to, deal with those emotions. You can't push them down or ignore them when it comes to this. I feel like this is a final clearing out, right? But then you have to be open to the new love that's coming through, right? I'm telling you, it's something good is coming out of this. You may not see it right now. You may not have wanted this situation to end, but it is a good thing for you.